If you're a current viewer of the channel, or you're someone who's just passing by, please leave a like, you come to know that I love video games. Fighting games being one of the big three of the types that I play. So, what if I told you there are different types of fighting games? And before some of you in the comments saying there's no difference, know that you're wrong. Not every fighting game is the same. Yes, they may share aspects with one another like blocking and throwing, yada yada, but they all have something unique to them beyond those I've mentioned. So, in today's video, I'm going to go over 6 types of fighting games and give you examples of what games fit in those criteria. Hopefully everyone will find this video informative because I understand that some will get confused on the naming conventions of some of these games that will be covered. So without further ado, let's begin. These are the type of fighting games that everyone is familiar with. These are the types of games where you have two characters facing each other on a 2D plane where common movements are backward, forward, jumping backward and forward, and crouching. Control spacing, uses of fireballs, and zoning are these types of games' prominent staples. So wherever you go and you see a 2D fighter in this regard, you will most likely see this all the time. This is the part where I will explain to you the different button layouts that 2D fighting games have, but I have 5 more of these to cover in the video and it will be way too long to go over that stuff. Maybe in another video in the future. I will mention, however, that there are some games that use 3D models instead of 2D sprites. These are known as 2.5D fighters, but if they are still within that 2D plane, then it doesn't matter. All that matters now is how the characters are allowed to move within that space. Here are some games that fit under the traditional 2D fighters. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, The King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, and Killer Instinct. Not to get confused with the 2.5Ds, these fighting games allow you to move anywhere within the 3D space, meaning that you can move left, right, up, or down, as long as well as moving in and out of the camera's view. You'll tend to see these games be more focused on up-close brawls where the characters will always be at each other's throats. Sidesteps is used as another method to evade moves instead of blocking, allowing it to be a very optimal strategy when making your moves. Here are some famous examples of 3D fighters. Tekken, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, Virtua Fighter, and Bloody Roar. Platform fighters have one goal in mind when it comes to its gameplay, that being able to knock your opponent off the stage to secure a win. Smash Bros. Is famously known for this concept and remains popular to this day. Heck, it single-handedly invented this subgenre of fighting games, for those who didn't know. Unlike the 2D fighters, characters in platform fighters aren't forced to face each other and can have their backs turned to one another when there's movement involved. The camera tends to be pulled away to get a better view of the surroundings from the stage itself more than the characters. And with this, here are your notable platform fighters. Super Smash Bros., Brawlhalla, Rivals of Ether, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, and Multiverses. If you love anime and fighting games, then this type is definitely right up your alley. As the name implies, these are fighting games with a high anime aesthetic from the character designs down to the characters calling out attack names. Unlike some other fighting games, the anime fighters have special movements unique to them known as air dashes, where you'll be able to get close to your opponent a lot of the time. Most of the time, there's double jumping as well. Yes, these games allow the player to do more than just air dashes. They can also perform air combos more frequently than most. Unfortunately, not all anime fighters have air dashes, so it'll depend on which game you bring up during conversations. And here are some awesome game examples within this category. Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Under Night In-Birth, Persona 4 Arena, and Melty Blood. The arena fighters are recognized as games that tend to be based on the anime IP, where the characters will be given 3D models and set to battle on a 3D arena. Here, you'll see extreme movements and powerful attacks on display. On most occasions, Parts of the arena will be damaged due to those attacks during the gameplay, if you haven't chosen a stage that's already been destroyed. Not to be confused with the 3D fighters, the camera of the arena fighter will always be focused on the back of the characters at all times until cinematics are achieved or they just got finished. And here are some wonderful examples. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, J-Star's Victory Versus, Dot Hack Versus, and to the one that's dear to my heart, Kill la Kill If. As old as the 2D fighters, the tag fighters is something that no fighting gamer can look over. These games are where you take multiple characters and use them all together to win matches. You can switch between characters in your team to conjure up strategies, create sick combos, or have the ones you're not in control with assist you in your time of need. In most tag games, if you make the wrong move, say goodbye to that character you're playing as, cause you're most likely going to get TOD, or happy birthday, or get treated to a Merry Christmas. And now presenting popular examples, you have Marvel vs. Capcom, Dragon Ball Fighters, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and 2XKO, or I'm just going to call it Project L because I still don't like that name decision. And with that, guys, we made it to the end. I hope you find this very informative for those who wants to know the difference between the fighting games that are available. And if you like, be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what is your favorite fighting game and what is your favorite fighting game genre out of these 6. I'll be happy to see them. And without further ado, this is UZXCrimsonAvenger, and don't lose your way. Peace.